Sean, it doesn't strike me that any of this is very new. The US has been trying to get China to commit on intellectual property for so long. Why would it change now?
Well, I think what's new here is the packaging that's being discussed. If you remember back to where negotiations broke down in May, we were talking about a 150-page, all-encompassing agreement that did everything from intellectual property to industrial subsidies to even tackling the issue of currency. What we are looking at here and what we understand is under discussion inside the White House is an interim deal to freeze the conflict, if you will, rather than resolve it. That interim deal would involve some Chinese commitments on intellectual property. And we should point out that earlier this year, China did pass a new intellectual property law and has promised regularly that it would respect intellectual property of foreign investors. There's a new IP court system there. So this would be probably more focused on implementation of something that China has already committed to and monitoring that. Also, big farm purchases. Again, we saw the president tweet about that this morning. That is something that he is incredibly sensitive to, given the importance of farmers to his political base and rural America overall. But the idea here is to try and stop the escalation, to get back to a position where the trade deal, they can have longer-term negotiations, but the trade deal stops being this unnerving shadow over global financial markets and the global economy. Inside the White House, there is concern that if you escalated tariffs further, there would be more economic damage in the United States in particular, and that going into an election year, that would be a bad thing. So they want to turn things around there. They want to turn the direction around. And also importantly here, for the first time, we're hearing people inside the administration considering rolling back tariffs. That's very different from the escalation we've seen through the summer. The direction so far over the past year has been entirely in one direction, and that has been more tariffs, not less.